Larry, hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm well, thanks. I got the chair at the front of the room.
That's perfect. So that's good. So you can answer all the questions.
You're right, I will.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, look, thank you very much, everyone, for coming along. December, what used to be called the Last Supper. We won't call it the Last Supper, but it'll be the last barbecue for the year for us. So thanks for coming along. Apologies.
Brian Miller wants to extend an apology. I called him today and he's, I was going to pick him up and bring him, but he's in mind, yeah.
Yep. How's he going?
Recovering?
Yep.
Yeah, slowly.
That's good. He was very shattered or tired after last Saturday night. He said he was a bit weary on the Sunday, but anyway.
But he loved the Saturday night.
Yes, yeah.
He really enjoyed it.
Fantastic. Any other apologies?
No, Ross Davenport.
Ross Davenport. And we've got Susie is got her staff Christmas party tonight. And Vic Crennan is working and wanted to wish everyone a very happy Christmas, and he will catch us up on Australia Day.
And apologies, Spears and Alyssa Harrick.
Here's Alyssa Harricks. Thank you. And no apologies for Simon. That's good. Thank you very much. Okay, quickly, the minutes and the video from the November meeting from Summercare was circulated via email to 646 email addresses with 0 failures, which is great, on the 7th of December at 10 o'clock. I put a motion that those minutes are a true and fair reflection of that meeting. Could I have a seconder for those minutes? All those in favour? Thank you. Anyone against? No? That's very good. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you very much. Any new members this evening? Do we have anyone along for the very first time? Excellent. Could you stand up, introduce yourself and tell us what you now drive?
Yeah, g'day everyone. I'm a turncoat. I just sold my Mini and bought a BMW, so don't shoot. And we're heavily involved in the Mini Club too, so I know a few guys that are here obviously. So I decided to go down the path of BMW. I bought myself a 128 Ti, and nice little car for me to run around in. And my wife sends her apologies, but she's at home with her feet up. But she's a Mini girl, not only a statue, but and we look forward to meeting you all in the future and getting heavily involved in the club.
And your name, John Smith?
John.
So please make yourself known to John and make him feel welcome. Any other brand new members? No? A couple of old familiar faces but haven't been around for a while. Jude and Don, lovely to see you both here. It's not that far for you to come, so that's great. Okay, anyone else? No? Thank you. Okay, moving on. I'd just like to say to everyone, thank you, thank you, thank you. What an amazing gala dinner we had. There are too many people to thank. You all know who helped out, and those people that came along for the evening. It was absolutely tremendous success. Emails have been coming in from a lot of people saying some very lovely things. So there weren't too many issues on the evening, which was great to hear. Our surprise special guest, Horace and Dawn Sirac, the first BMW salesman, and his wife came along. We told their story. They were absolutely stoked. They were just really, really pleased to share the night with us. Our guests from Brisbane and Westside BMW and races, John Tetley, they all had a great night. And what was really nice for me. Feedback from Westside BMW specifically. They said, Gary, we just want to know everything your club does. Let us know anything you're doing, anything you want. You want cars, you want support. So to show off our club, that style, for them to see the depth and breadth of the club is just tremendous. So we can tell them over and over and again how good we are, but for them to sit in the room and see what we do and see how we did it is a great achievement. So I just want to thank everyone really for participating, for coming along and enjoying the event. So it was just absolutely fantastic. A couple of minor points. I was told by someone that I should not have chipped people in the room for making noise. I'm sorry, but I meant it, and I will do it again. It was disrespectful for the people that we were presenting at the time, and if you don't like it, vote me out as president. But I'm going to call it. So I'm sorry. And also, disappointing, we had champagne glasses. Now, everyone got them, but some people stole them off other people. Now, if you know who you are, I would really appreciate them being given back, or go online and replace them. And if that's the way you're going to treat your fellow members, I invite you to leave the club. Okay? You know, it's easy. They're for sale, you can buy more. But for people to leave their table and come back and have their glasses stolen, just not on. Come on, guys. Anyway, but again, sorry, I just had to bring that up, just so that you're aware that it did spoil some people's nights. So, okay, Treasurer's report. JT, you're here. Ah, that's good, because I was going to do it. But seeing you're here.
But anyway, I don't know why I'm sitting down. It won't take that long. I'm not going to bore you with a whole bunch of numbers.
Just the bottom line, I do fine, thank you.
So,
It is there.
exactly what's in the minutes is what I'll read out. The BMWCQ cash position is good, and the club can meet all projected financial obligations with ease. That's not in the minutes. There will be a deficit for this financial year, which ends in 3 weeks, and it's attributable to substantial event subsidies, and Russell's put on a stack of events this year. In fact, it's been the most ever I've ever experienced, and there was a lot of subsidies which were all money coming back to club members, so it wasn't money that just went out into the ether. There was significant expenditure on new club property, which was a laptop and some marquees and banners and all that sort of stuff, which we had to do because BMW changed their logo and we had to change everything. And then the other thing which may influence it is we're holding a fair bit of merchandise stock at the moment. So that's again not money that's just gone out in the ether, it's actually money that's sitting there because it will be sold. But we paid for it, and Alex gets us a great price if we get it in bulk. So if we've got it there, it will go, but that will show as just as expenditure. All right, the club's finances will be ready for audit in January 2022. Has anyone got any questions? Great. I move that the Treasurer's report be accepted.
Second. Thank you. Because we have had so many social events this year, our expenditure and turnover has increased quite a bit, and we are also very close to the threshold of having to be involved as in the whole GST world. So we're just teetering on that. We don't particularly want to go over that threshold because it's going to mean a lot extra work and, you know, more dollars in, dollars back, that sort of stuff, you know, GST. Anyway, we're trying to avoid that. And as John mentioned, we have been subsidising quite heavily some of the social events, and especially the gala dinner. once in 30 years. We wanted to make it a good thing. We wanted to make sure that it was a great event and that people really got value for money. So the club did put in a fair subsidy for every ticket. So I hope you understand and that you enjoy your money coming back to you. So that's what we're doing. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Yes. Kerry, anything to add?
I just want to say thank you to all my helpers last weekend, because we wouldn't have been able to do it without you. I would have struggled big time.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Yes, it was great to see, and it was good fun in the room during the day and getting everything done. And Kerry excelled herself. So many people have commented how fantastic the room looked, and it really did. So that's great. JP.
You want me to come around?
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind, that'd be good, so that you can talk to all the people out there in Facebook world, if anyone's watching. Unfortunately, if you're in Facebook world, there's no one monitoring the comments tonight. So, Club Canberra's watching. That's friends across the border. John Payne, membership officer.
Okay, just since the last meeting, we've got 8 new members that have joined the club, and we've had a few leave, number of different reasons, but some don't even give a reason, but yeah, a lot have been moving either up country or interstate, like this. One guy went to Perth and that sort of thing. So we've got a total club membership of 392, and I'm still trying to contact some lapsed members, trying to encourage them to renew again. And just since in the 12 months since December meeting last year, we've had 121 new members join the club, so it's a pretty sizable number of people. I'd like to thank all the guys like John Tate and Gary for helping me learn how to manage the wild apricot system, which is how we keep track of all our members. It's been a bit of a learning curve for me, but yeah, I think I'm on top of it now reasonably well, so thanks very much everyone. And yeah, Merry Christmas to you all.
Thank you. Okay, Greg Timms, do you want to tell us what's happening in your world? Come up and step up and win. Grab a seat.
Okay, hi everyone, good to see you here tonight. Thanks for making the effort to pop along to our last meeting. I'm Greg Timms, I'm the drive coordinator, and our last drive happened back in the middle of November. November 14, we ended up going to Toowoomba, to the Emerge Cafe, because we had a mission to achieve, which was to donate them $5,000 to their cause, and they help people less fortunate than themselves in the Toowoomba area. So we started here in Brisbane at the Gap Shopping Centre, and we travelled via Mount Nebo, Mount Glorious, down the range through to Toogoolawah. We stopped there at Have a Chat Cafe, nice name, Have a Chat Cafe, very good, nice coffee. And then moved on from there via Esk, I think it was, Esk and Hampton and Ravensbourne, that sort of area, up to Toowoomba. So it was a very good run, about 35 cars or so, or people, can't remember exactly now. But weather was good, no one had any incidences, and we had a lovely lunch there at the Emerge Cafe. So got to experience it ourselves, what it's like, and very enjoyable. So we did our presentation to Emerge Cafe, but also one of our club members who lives there that way, Brendan Cook, he also did a presentation to Emerge Cafe for the same amount of money that we donated. So a total of $10,000 was donated to this institution there that day. So I'm pretty sure they were pretty happy with those visitors there that day. So there you go. So very nice to see. Leaves a nice feeling in the heart, and it's good to see that the money's going to good use. Okay, so that was our last, that was middle of November. So here we are in December, nothing this month. Sorry, you're going to have to suffer withdrawal symptoms. And then in January we're going to get started again. So we've already started an initial instigation and investigation into a run on January 15 from Petrie up to Beachme. Okay, so it's not too far. 111 kilometres here it is, thanks to John Tate. Where are you, John? He's a maestro of club runs, because John's also in the MX5 club and he knows every pub in southeast Queensland, so I'm going to rely on him to sort of help me out and we can go to these locations. So that's coming up in January. You'll all get notified shortly, and so don't think you're going to miss that. So, you know, we've had a pretty good year when it comes to runs. I hope you've enjoyed them. I've enjoyed seeing you all participate and partake of them because, you know, we like driving our cars. We like driving our cars on some of the not so major roads. I call them the minor roads, the A roads, B roads and C roads. So they're the ones that we like to sort of let our hair down a little, just a little, and get somewhat spirited with our activities. So that's the situation there. Now I had made some notes, so let me just refer to them in relation to proposed runs for next year. So, you know, I don't want to get into a situation where we start duplicating where we've been, alrighty? Unless it's worthwhile duplicating. So, at the moment I've written some notes for next year and I want to look at putting together some runs to places called Nobby. You heard of Nobby? No? Okay, well you will.
I have.
Yeah, you have, I know. Merivale, it's another place. It's on the Cunningham Highway out towards Warwick. Warwick itself. Yukai, when we do the Border Rangers run and want to get over the border once we can, and we can get back again. Here we are again, but that could change any moment, who knows. Boreen Point, there's another one. Boreen Point, if you've heard of that, it's up there near Pomona. So there's the Apollonian Hotel up there, which is a popular choice for a destination. So that's also in the mix. Then I'd like to get your feedback here. You know, why don't we do a weekend away somewhere? So leave Saturday morning, travel somewhere, stay Saturday night, come back Sunday morning or Sunday afternoon. Can I see a show of hands from those who may be interested, please? Wow, okay. Pleased to get that sort of response. So, I'm thinking in relation to that, and I want to make it not so much in the summer months where it's hot as Hades, maybe in the cooler months, yeah? So, I'm thinking Tenterfield or Glen Innes. It's not that far away, as in not that far distance-wise. Because down near Glen Innes, I don't know whether any of you are aware, but Leanne and I went there years ago now, and out in between Glen Innes and Inverell is a genuine Scottish castle. It's been built there, been there over 120 odd years I believe. It's available for hire for a weekend, but I want us to sort of suss it out first before we commit to it. Only hassle is, when we last went there, it was on dirt road. So yeah, maybe that will, so yeah, don't bring the princess. So maybe that will eliminate some, yeah, maybe that will eliminate some people. But, you know, it's part of our history, our heritage here in Australia, so I'd like to maybe investigate that and see what you think about it. So that's the plan then for next year. So we want to try and do a run a month. I think that's reasonable. No more, no less. Don't want to sort of overcommit myself. And you know, you've all got family lives to live, so we accept the fact that, you know, family comes first, and we rate it number two. And if you can find the time to share your moments with us, then that'll be much appreciated. So it's been a pretty good year. Thanks for your support, thanks for your input, thanks for your participation, and have a Merry Christmas. I'll see you in 2022. Thank you.
as Greg has mentioned, don't forget the Nationals next year in Canberra, especially seeing Club Canberra's watching. We'll be there, don't you worry. That's great. Yeah, so there'll be a run to Canberra, an organised run, a couple of nights accommodation on the way, convoy, drive down, enjoy it, turn around, convoy back. It should be a fantastic event. It's been a while since we've had a national, so looking forward to it. Okay, what's next? Drives, registers. Nothing much happening in the registers, although Brian Alden did mention that he's very keen to get stuff happening. Brian, come up and tell us your thoughts about the E36s.
Well, after much effort and my E36 is finally back on the road after dealing with an overheating problem. In the new year, I'm going to try and reinvigorate the E36 register. So over the Christmas break, amongst other things I've got happening, I'm going to put out to members what do they want to do with it. We've had a big heap of new members join the E36 register, so I'm going to put out some ideas. I'd like to do a run we've done runs between Amberley and Toowoomba. There's quite a few nice back roads which I travel home quite often. So I'd like to try and get that register reinvigorated next year in amongst some major events that's happening in my life. So I'll do what I can. But that's my plan, just to try and reinvigorate the E36 register and then put the challenge out to the other registers to try and see what they can do. I'll probably never be as good as the 6 register, but we'll do what we can. Because the E36s are starting to gain in popularity, I've noticed.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. It'd be great to see. Thank you. With the 6s, there's always things happening with the 6s, and E30s. Andrew Hall's out there with every car and coffee meet that exists. He's there. Thank you, Russell. You thought your year was over.
Hi everyone. All right, got a bit of a test for you tonight. We had 8 events, social events through the year. I want to get your responses, what they were. On the 30th of January, what did we do? Beginning of this year.
Outback Spectacular.
Outback Spectacular.
Oh, jeez, hard crowd tonight. On the 6th of March, what did we do? We went and sat and we watched something on a screen.
Brock over the top.
Yep.
Over the top.
Maybe I should have got a prize for tonight and got more
Yeah,
response.
I'd win.
On the 10th of April, we did something. It was on the water.
Yeah, morning clear, Brecky Creek.
Cruise to lunch on the MV Neptune and off to lunch at Brecky Creek. And then on the 2nd of May, we had a wet morning.
Go-karting.
Oh, how could we forget? Then on the 27th of June, we took our shoes off. What did we do? That's it, jeez. Oh, we can't forget this one. The 24th of July, we were up on a mountain. It was a bit cool. King Ludwig's, yeah. Then on the 28th of August, we were out on the sea. That's it. And then the 4th of December, Gala night. Wow, what a year. Hope everyone enjoyed it.
That was a fantastic year. Thank you.
Thank you. And it continues. We're into 2022 already, so we're going to hit the Volunteer Marine Rescue Brisbane venue for the Australia Day barbecue lunch we're holding obviously on the 26th. It's going to be from 11 a.m. till 3 p.m. And we're going to have a barbecue with steak, sausages, kebabs and salads. The price is $15 per member and guest. The Volunteer Marine Rescue Brisbane is a licensed facility, okay, so you can't bring alcohol, but they will be opening their bar to us. They've got a public bar and they've got keg beer and soft drinks and juices, so everyone will be catered for. Bring a chair and a picnic blanket, sit down. There's a big grassed area overlooking Moreton Bay with palm trees. Vic's going to set up the barbecue, the marquee, so it should be fantastic.
We have a car display.
Yeah, we'll come into that one. So we're also We're also going to line up our cars in the facility, just because what's going to happen is the general public can come in and have a look as well. So we might get some BMW enthusiasts might drop in and see us. So we're going to line up our cars and have a display of our prized cars. Yeah, so don't have to polish them up too much. But
it's also a good place to park because parking is very limited around there, so we'll just display them.
That's it. So get on, register. It's only $15 per member and guest. So yeah, look forward to seeing you on the 26th January. Thank you.
Just whilst we're thinking about social events and drive events, we'd really like everyone's input for suggestions. What my intention is to do is that our wild apricot management system has a polling function. So I'm going to email out a poll to everyone asking whether or not you think we're having too many social events, not enough social events, just right, and also a section for suggestions. The same with drives, the same with the registers. So it'll just be gathering general information. So please don't hesitate to give us suggestions. If you've got any ideas, any locations for drives or anything like that, any contacts for good accommodation or places, please just jot them down for us when we do it. Okay, sponsorship and advertising. Russell Dean's been ferreting away with all of his web stuff, and we've been working on the sponsorship deals. There is a new system we're just about to instigate, which is for sponsors on their website to be recommended by BMW Club Queensland. So basically, it's part of the sponsorship deal, and those people who qualify by being a sponsor and we see fit to recommend them, we are going to allow people to put recommended by BMW Club Queensland on their websites. That also will be, we will audit that every year just to make sure that, those places are, up to scratch as far as our club is concerned, and give them feedback also. We've noticed just recently there's been a couple of club members who have been having a lot of problems with major organisations, and we're going to approach them and try and hold an annual report with them to give them feedback, because people come to me, talk to me about what's going on with various dealers and suppliers, and that never gets back to them, so we want to try and instigate something like that. Dennis, do you have anything you'd like to discuss about motorsport? What, you're saying you've got nothing to say?
I won't be as long as Greg, it's all right. Just to reiterate, a big thank you to everybody that participated in all our motorsport last year. It was a record year, and that's only because of the participation we've had from all of those people that attend, or put their money up and attend the events. So a big thank you for that. And as I said on the gala night, without your support, then we don't have it. And the club would be lacking in some serious funds as well, because a lot of that surplus from all of that extra support from you people has gone back into supporting things with the club. I've managed to, with a lot of toing and froing, lock in all our dates for next year. I haven't had a chance to put them on the website as yet, but they will go up in the next few days. The one date that is definitely locked in and that's in my mind is the Charity Day. We've had to move it again because RACQ did the same thing to us now for next year as they did this year, changed their date from RACQ Motorfest from July to the same day that we've always had our Charity Day on the second Sunday in June. So it's now the 24th of July. That's probably a good thing because it gives us that little bit of extra time to, once it starts to get close, to start promoting it. And I know Christine will be working hard with all the other clubs. And on that, I want to welcome Christine under the motorsport umbrella. She's going to be looking after all the interclub liaison and contacts with interclub. I'll be working with her, and she's got some ideas for some other clubs, some events that we will run as through our club as interclub events. And obviously we'll be looking for everybody to participate in those. They won't be motorsport events, they'll be more of a social type event. But there's also a couple of things that I might sneak into the thing. We might add an extra sprint series a sprint round for the interclub that on a weekend event that we might add to keep some other people that are making some other noises a little quiet from other clubs. I can say that. So that's all there is. Just as you were saying, on the 6 Series register, I've got, now that I'm involved in the 6 Series with sixes, I've actually had a thought on somewhere yesterday as a possible venue for a 6 Series drive down towards the Gold Coast. I'll be going down that way next week, so I might go that way and have a look at it, and we might work.
Are we going to visit your mother?
Well, I'm going to visit my mother, but you won't be. I'm going to take my mother's car back because I've taken the 6 down. It's now housed in her garage, and I had to bring her car home. So I'm returning her car to her next week after it's had a bit of work done on it. So I'll check that out on the north end of the Gold Coast next week, and we might make a run out of it as well. Any questions? No? Great. If you've got anything, email me. Also, I haven't had a chance to publish all the results from the motorsport. The winners have all been announced. Next week, I will get the full list of all winners out to everybody, so you can all see where you came.
Thank you.
Then I'll get any comments.
Christine Murphy, would you mind coming up the front for a moment, please? I'll just so that Facebook knows. Christine Murphy recently joined our club, but we've been associated for some time. Christine was the president of the Mini Club Queensland, but Christine is really quite active in motorsport and has been doing a lot with the Interclub Challenge. Christine, could you just explain to the room what the Interclub Challenge is about and the sort of things that they do?
Yep.
Do you mind just taking a seat and just... So, Christine Murphy.
Hello. Well, first, thank you for having me as an official member. I've really enjoyed our participation over the last year with everybody, so I'm very, very excited. And when I became president of the Mini Club last year and going to the Motorsport Australia events, that's who we're associated with, I came across this ICC. And I was like, oh, what's this all about? So it's a grassroots competition for clubs that are affiliated with Motorsport Australia, and each club, if they would like, can put up an event for the competition, which BMW does, and it's the regularity and the charity day each year that BMW does. With the Mini Club, we were a bit little at that time, so we just participated. So there are clubs that just participate as well. So there were roughly 12 clubs that were in the competition last year, and there's non-COVID years, usually one event a month, and I think we started around about March last year, so we ended up with about 9 events for last year. And so what they encompass are lots of different events. That it's not all about getting out on the track, going fast, working for times and things like that. There's of course the sprints, the regularity like Dennis does. We've got the Mount Cotton Hill Climb, which the MG Club runs. Porsche hosts us out at Morgan Park, which is really fantastic. Everyone really loved that one. We've got a navigation run, which is really great. So that's just on like your normal streets, and you rock up, and that's really family orientated. So lots of the kids love coming to that. So you get a little a list of directions. So you don't use your map, you just go on their directions, and then there's questions to answer, and there's points. And so each club can have as many people participate in the events in each event, but it's your top 4 who go towards your total scoring at the end of the competition. So I'm really looking forward to getting a really good team together for us for next year. And yeah, encourage anyone, if you've got any questions about that. Oh, there's other events too. There's like Kana crosses and motorcanas. So it's really, like, it was all brand new to me a year ago, and I never thought that would be me, but I love it. And and it's really helped me with my confidence with my driving on the street. So I feel much more confident doing that, and it's really great. Like, everyone's so friendly, and the competition's really great, and it's such a variety. So yeah, we'll be doing that again. Right. And I'm really excited to be working with Dennis and the whole BMW team and get some fun happening.
Also, one of the other interesting things that Christine's doing, you're involved in Motorsport Australia. Can you briefly tell us what you're doing there too, please?
So I'm on the State Council Executive. So each month, again, every club that's affiliated with Motorsport Australia is invited to join in on their monthly meetings, and that's their they call them their State Council meetings. And you can go to that and hear about what's happening with Motorsport Australia and provide any feedback. And it's really interesting to, even if there's not much to contribute at the time, it's hearing what the other clubs are up to and what's happening out there. And then I'm on the executive, which is the like the management team for BMW. So we sort of look over those things and are the go-between Motorsport Australia and the State Council. So that's really great. So lots of extra events come out of those as well. Like, there was the AIMS Safety Summit, which was a whole day summit, and it was via Zoom. It was all over the world, and it talked about the safety aspects of motorsport and how they've improved, and they had a lot of the supercar drivers and Formula One. Now,
Roman Grosjean.
Yes, I want to call him Haas all the time, but it's not. Roman Grosjean. Yeah, so he was on there. So that was like a little perk of going to the meetings and finding out what was happening. So that was open to all members, so not just people who go to the State Council meetings, but all the members of that club could get a ticket and go along to that. So lots of other little interesting tidbits as well.
Great. Well, if anyone's got any questions, or those sort of Motorsport Australia worlds and all that sort of stuff tend to be a bit foreign sometimes. So it's lovely to have someone involved in that to give us feedback and be the intermediary with that sort of thing. So thank you.
Yeah. Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Motorsport Australia Expo Day.
Oh, yeah.
We've only got expressions of interest.
That's right. So Dennis is mentioning there, they host an expo each year for all the clubs. So some people might own any sort of car, but we'll talk BMW. And they might know that there's a social club for BMW. So what Motorsport Australia does is it'll be at the Beanley Showgrounds, and they allocate a certain spot to each club, and you can come and do a display, and it's just giving more awareness to the public of what's out there. So it's a avenue to promote the club. So we're just working on dates, and I'll have a chat with Gary and Dennis. Oh, that's exciting.
Fantastic. Great. Thank you very much, Christine. One of the interesting things that I wasn't aware of was that on our Show and Shine Day, it was considered a round of the ICC Challenge as well. So Rod Campbell put his E9 in for Club Queensland as that round of the Interclub Challenge. So just being a Show and Shine can be a part of the Interclub Challenge.
We've actually come first and second and I think a third of that most of the time, just by putting a car in the pit.
Yes, sorry.
I did forget to mention one thing. I came third in the competition this year.
Fantastic.
Presentation for the ICC Championship is next Saturday morning at the Barden Shed at the bottom of the third roundabout, at 8:30 in the morning if anybody wants to turn up. There's a coffee shop and whatever else there.
Okay.
So it's, yeah.
All right, thank you very much.
It's a very nice venue.
Yes.
Barber Shed's a nice venue.
Yeah, it's a good spot. Just a bit homey parts.
Merchandise. Alex, we've got some of the champagne flutes, the 30-year champagne flutes that we ordered just a few extra. So we've got, what about 20 or?
About 30.
About 30 of these. So again, don't forget to have a look. Grab a seat there. Have a look on our web store, because these glasses are now available on the web store. So, sorry, I'm doing your job. Alex. Sorry.
Evening, everybody. As John had mentioned, yes, we've got a stock level which we want to move, but with the club shirts, you've got 5 sizes for men. I'm trying 3 sizes, 4 sizes for women, navy, white. So it's a fair, I'm trying to keep one in each little block. I had someone the other day ordered a blue shirt. I didn't have it, but I had the white one, the size they wanted, and they were happy to swap. So we can do that. The black BMW shirts, we've still got probably 1 or 2 of each size. So I think there's 8 of those left. So they will after Christmas, they will come alive again. Caps, 4. Bucket hats, 4. So I've picked up another 5 today, which I'll put it in, so they'll get just replacing stock. That's all. And the other bulk of anything are the new grill badges. We've got, say, 40 of those. Yeah. It's all online, but there they are. Okay, they're very heavy. That's extra thickness. It's got the 3M double-sided tape on the back, which it's a thick one with an inbuilt cushion. So if you want to put on something flat, it won't jiggle off and fall off. Okay, it's got a little bit of thing. And Dennis is making. And then with the new BMW lanyards, they're available online. They were done to duplicate what the BMW world or BMW style and what the Americans use. Okay, with the double lock. So it's a fancy lanyard instead of the, and had it specially done, sublimated, so it's double-sided and cost a fortune. But yours for $5. Okay, again, available online.
$5 each or 2 for 10?
3 for 15 if you pay freight. That's about all on merchandise. I try and keep it down so we can keep people happy with sizes. I anticipate with the new membership there'll be a bit of a scurry on club shirts, which is good. Anyway, thank you, folks. Oh, yeah. Online orders, the last one was number 104. And I think, and merchandise from the last 5 years, or 8, 10, that have been accumulating in bins and buckets around, are there for free. If people want to take out some very old club badges.
These badges, cloth badges, old paraphernalia. It's all there. So just help yourself to it.
Very old. I'll take those too. Last year, there's a few metal badges, guitar badges, trading clubs. Yeah, just a few of those there.
The table and the check-in sign and the sanitizer.
They stay.
Yeah. Yes. Also, I'd just like to say thank you to Alex. Alex did a fantastic job with all of the paraphernalia for the gala dinner. with changes of logos and things, it's just been constant. And designing these things, getting artwork done, getting quotes, getting the grill badges made. You know, we wouldn't have been able to do it without Alex, so thank you. Okay, not much now. In the bigger BMW club world, as you're aware, Club Queensland is part of Clubs Australia and also part of the International Council of Clubs. The Germans, the head office, Eva Moga, who heads up the BCCM, the community of BMW clubs, they're holding a series of webcasts, and they've had some happen. I think they've had 4 so far. Unfortunately, they do it at about 3 o'clock on a Saturday morning, our time. So it's virtually prohibitive for us. But what they are doing, they're going to hold one at 8 p.m. on Friday the 17th of December. So that's 8 p.m. And that's an interactive webcast from Germany. In the past, they have had part of it in German and part of it in English. But it's really interesting to see what they're doing, hear what they're doing, and participate in that. So they've specifically doing one, that's going to suit our time zone. So I will be promoting that to all of the club. Clubs Australia has invited every member to participate in that webinar, if you so desire. I will send out the various information about how it works and the links to go onto it. Yes, please participate in that if you can. Okay, general business. As I mentioned before, I'll do a poll about events and drives and things. Does anyone just now in the room have any thoughts about various social events or drive events that they'd like to see? Yeah. So if you do have any thoughts and you'd like to ankle tap either Russell or Greg or myself when we're having dinner, please come and have a chat to us. Give us your feedback. Be honest. It's okay. Love to hear. You know, if we're doing stuff that you don't like, I'd rather know about it than busting our backsides doing it and you don't like it. So yeah. Anything else from anyone? No? Okay. Yes. Hope you all have a fantastic Christmas. Please, I hope you enjoy a sausage sizzle, and there's some beers and wine over there, so come and join us. Okay, thank you.